Good evening and welcome to Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals here on TSR. We got the Habs, we got the Bolts. And the Bolts took Game 1 Monday night 5-1. Slowing down Montreal's little hot streak they had going. 11 of the past 13, but they slowed them down just a little bit. About 31 minutes to face off, so going to be puck drop at 8:20. Came on just a little bit early than planned. So here's a quick recap of what happened in Game 1. In Game 1, breakout third period by Kucherov and Steven Stamkos helped the Bolts to a 5-1 victory in Game 1. Here's how we got here. Start off with the Canadiens. They rallied from 3-1 down in their series with Toronto to win 4-3, including 2 overtime victories. In round 2, they swept Winnipeg 4-0. In the semifinals, the Canadiens took the series 4-2 over Vegas, even though Game 4 I called here on TSR ended with a Vegas victory. For the Lightning, they came in as the third seed. They defeated the Panthers 4-2. That was in round 1. In round 2, took care of the Central Division champion Carolina Hurricanes 4-1, which included winning 3 games in Carolina. And then battled out a 7-game series with the Islanders in the semifinals. Included a Game 5 drubbing 8-0. Islanders were able to come back in Game 6 to force Game 7, which they lost 1-0. The last time I called a game here on TSR. So this game can be seen stateside on NBCSN, the finale of the NHL on NBCSN. As after this, the last 5 games, or whenever the series is clinched, will be on NBC. North of the border, you're seeing this on CBC. Let's run down what's going on around the diamond today. We'll start out with some finals. Earlier today, St. Louis Cardinals defeat the Arizona Diamondbacks 7-4. It was the Milwaukee Brewers over the Chicago Cubs 15-7. Colorado defeated Pittsburgh 6-2. And Washington defeated Tampa Bay 15-6. All right, in action now, top of the 4th in Cleveland. It's tied at 3 between the Tigers and Tribe. Bottom of the 2nd in Philly, it's Phillies 3, Marlins 1. Quite an exciting first inning in the Bronx. As after 1, it's the Yankees 7, Angels 2. Yankees, though, no longer the kings of TSR, which are losing on Sunday. Through 2 innings in Buffalo, it's the Blue Jays 1, Mariners 0. No score in the bottom of the 1st in Fenway between the Royals and Red Sox. Just getting underway in Cincinnati between the Padres and Reds. Middle of the 2nd in Atlanta, it's Mets and Braves tied at 2. Orioles Astros finishing up warm-ups. They're slated to get underway just a little bit. Delay between the Twins and White Sox. They were slated to get underway at 8:10. So, Game 2 of Detroit-Cleveland will get underway after Game 1. So right now, it's 4-3 Tigers in the top of the 4th. And then later tonight, it's the Rangers and Athletics at 9:40. So, In the PLL, my Whip Snakes took their first L in 22 months. They fell to the winless Chrome. And, I felt like that was a gut check for the Snakes. I think everything looked great on opening day, and then the last two games, they had to sweat it out. They had that breakdown against Canadiens, which Canadiens rallied back, forced overtime, but they were able to escape. And then last Friday night against the Atlas, had to go into overtime. They were able to escape. But I just heard that they put Matt Rambo on injured reserve, which, could play a factor with the Whip Snakes. Right now, the Archers are the team to beat at 3-0. They're going to be meeting next Sunday. So that's going to be an interesting matchup. Probably won't be doing much this weekend because 4th of July weekend, holiday weekend, I'm probably going to be out and about. So maybe Monday night I might do something. But we'll see. I definitely want to try to call the clinching game, so. – 25 minutes to face off, so I think I heard they announced today who will be working the NHL on ESPN for the reboot. So it looks like Sean McDonough, Ray Ferraro, and Brian Boucher are going to be the lead crew. McDonough, one of the carryovers from the original ESPN version of the NHL, though was buried at the bottom of the depth chart, but he was still a part of it. Let me see. So Steve Levy will be doing the studio. I would have thought he would be the one who'd get the nod for lead play-by-play guy, but I guess that wasn't going to happen. In the studio, they're going to have Mark Messier, Barry Melrose, and Chris Chelios. Well, that's a name I haven't heard in ages. The guy who I thought would never retire from the NHL, and then I haven't heard from him in a long time. So. Hoping they learn from their last go-around, which ratings were not good, but I guess in the early 2000s, the game hadn't quite taken off. So maybe now that it has, maybe learn from their mistakes. Of course, it didn't help that in 5 seasons they had combined 24 Saturdays or Sundays that they covered the NHL. I mean, and they usually start like late in the season, or they start just after the football regular season finishes, and they do it in January, maybe into February, then take a break, then come back right as the playoff push comes. Or, hopefully they learn from their mistakes. NHL and Fox. Fox's regular season ratings actually weren't so bad, but right around the latter half of their coverage where they carried 11 dates. So 97, 98 would be 11 Saturdays, and then 98, 99, 11 Sundays. Ratings were not so great. So I guess the decline in ratings after 97, 98 led to their departure. Also, didn't really carry many Stanley Cup final games, which really should not be their fault. That really wasn't. They did not anticipate on 4 of the 5 series being sweeps, because I think they were slated to carry, all the potential clinching games. Like I think from 5 on, and yet they didn't anticipate, except for 95, which they did carry game 4. They were all sweeps, and that really should not have been their fault. But I think that ended up being Fox's downfall, was not carrying the game or the series clinching game of the Stanley Cup Finals. And that's not fair to them. It's not their fault. They didn't anticipate on this. So, I mean, that 1.4. Look at the ratings. Yeah, hockey just fell apart from there, and then NBC or ABC didn't do too much better. So about 19 minutes to face off. Let's take a look at the ratings that NHL and NBC has had. Alright, it doesn't really give me a table. So, yeah, NBCSN ratings. Dwindled. I guess real quick, give you the tail of the tape. 15 minutes to face off. Right, players to watch last 5 games. For the Montreal Canadiens, in terms of points and assists, it's Nick Suzuki. Cole Caulfield has had 3 goals in the last 5 games. Shea Weber a +3. And for the Lightning, Braden Point, 8 points, 3 goals, 5 assists. And the guy to watch, Andre Palat, a +6. Goalie comparison, so looks like it's just the 2 starters. Only get a true comparison. Carey Price, 12-6. A GAA of 2.18, a save percentage of 92.8, and has a shutout. Andrei Vasilevsky, 13-6, GAA of 1.94, pretty good. Save percentage of 93.6, and has 4 shutouts, including the one you saw last Friday night here on TSR. That is the reason the Lightning are playing. All right. Power play percentage, Tampa Bay Lightning second with 37.5% conversion. So they convert 3 out of every 8. That's pretty good. Canadiens, 20%, 8th. The Canadiens, best penalty killing team. Killed 91.8% of the penalties they've endured versus the Lightning's 83.6, which is still pretty good at 4th. So something's going to have to give there in the power play. Canadiens, 49.2% in the face-off circle versus 47.8% for the Lightning. Look at what the projected lineups are going to be. We'll start off with the Canadiens. Their first line's looking like this. Arturi Lehkonen, Philip Danault, and Brendan Gallagher. Line 2, Tyler Toffoli, Nick Suzuki, and Cole Caulfield. Line 3, Paul Byron, Jesperi Kotkaniemi, and Josh Anderson. Kotkaniemi. I'm going to butcher that name quite a bit tonight. Line 4, Joel Armia, Eric Stahl, and Corey Perry. Defensive pairing 1, Ben Chirot and Shea Weber. Pairing 2, Joel Edmondson and Jeff Petrie. And pairing 3, Eric Gustafsson and John Merrill. And they look like they're going to go with Carey Price as their goalie. Canadiens with no injuries. They have scratched Jake Evans, Kale Fleury, Alexander Romanov, Lucas Vigemo, Lauren Dauphin, Jesse Yolen, Alex Belzile, Xavier Ouellet, Otto Leskinen, Michael Frolik, Brett Kulak, Tomas Tatar, Caden Primo, Charlie Lindgren, and Michael McNiven. For the Bolts, their first line looks like this, or is projected to look like this, I should say. Andre Palat, Braden Point, Nikita Kucherov. Line 2, Tyler Johnson, Anthony Cirelli, and Steven Stamkos. Line 3, Barclay Goodrow, Blake Coleman, and the guy who scored the lone goal Friday night, Game 7. The reason why the Lightning are here, Yanni Gourde. Line 4, Pat Maroon, Ross Colton, and Matthew Joseph, who's filling in for Alex Killorn, who has an undisclosed injury. So defensive pairing 1, Victor Hedman and Jan Ruda. Pairing 2, Ryan McDonough and Eric Cernak. Pairing 3, Mikhail Sergachev and David Savard. And they're projected to go with Vasilevsky in net. And with the way he's playing this postseason, I'd stay with him. Scratch from the lineup tonight, Luke Shen, Alex Berry, Bullet, Boris Katchug, Taylor Reddish, Gimel Smith, Mitchell Stevens, Daniel Walcott, Broderick Clayson, Cal Foote, Ben Thomas, Christopher Gibson, and Spencer Martin. Go back around the diamond real quick. So after 4 in Cleveland Game 1, Tigers and Tribe tied at 4. Bottom of the second in the Bronx, Yankees 7, Angels 3. Middle of the third in Philly, it's the Phillies 4, Marlins 1. In Buffalo, Mariners lead the Blue Jays 4-1 in top of the third. Top of the third in Fenway, Royals 1, Red Sox 0. Bottom of the first in Cincinnati, Reds leading the Padres 3-0. Bottom of the third in Atlanta, still tied 2-2 between the Mets and Braves. Orioles, Astros getting underway. Twins, White Sox supposed to get underway, but they're in a rain delay. Tampa looking to go north of the border up 2-0 in the series. Montreal looking for their first Stanley Cup final victory since June 1993. In fact, the last time they won a game in the Stanley Cup finals, they were hoisting the cup. So, last win, June 9th, 1993. So it's been 28 years and 3 weeks. Face-off just minutes away in Tampa Bay. second. I guess they're doing the Canadian anthem first. Now to the Star Spangled Banner. Some that they just shown as like a quadriplegic or a paraplegic, something like that. I guess a quadriplegic because he has to hold a pole to stand up. Oh, my respect to you. Will be Price and Vasilevsky in net. So again, game can be seen on NBCSN or the folks north of the border, CBC, Sportsnet, and TVAS. Face off about to get underway. As the goal tonight will be Carey Price. Got only 22 of 27 in game one. Got the most goals in playoffs in game one. Vasilevsky only faced 19 shots, stopped 8 of them. 18 of them. Oh, you stopped 8 of them. Problem. All right. Ready to roll tonight. The Lightning take the face off. Dump it into the Canadian zone. Price plays it behind the net dangerously, but the Canadiens able to get it out. And now the Bolts coming back the other way. Goudreau. Pass along in front. Now they end up fighting for it in the right corner. Canadiens with it now. Moving it up ice. And Lightning take it back in their own zone. Canadiens intercept. Drop back into their own zone. And this is Petrie with it. Looking. Passes. Gets it over to Dano. There's behind the net. Lightning coming away with it now. And this is Cernek's shot wide. Price may have gotten a piece of it. And a stoppage play. Okay, it wasn't wide. Price just knocked it out of play. That's what it was. Face off to the left of Price. Taken by the Canadiens. Now throw it along the left boards. And a shot wide by Rhoda. Canadiens able to get it out. They'll fight for it in the left corner. Fight for it. Bolts with it behind the net. Trying to move it out. And it's taken back by the Canadiens. They dump it into the Bolts zone. Bolts knock it out the center. Vasilevsky plays it behind the net. Canadiens having a chance. They couldn't do anything. Bolts with it behind the net now. This is Rudda. Rudda with it now. Looking. Now comes out. And a pass. Thrown up ice into the... Price will play it. Canadiens take it from behind the net. Out the center, the Bolts will knock it back into the Canadian zone. Canadiens will try to move it up. Having to drop it back. Throws it up ice. Here it goes. Canadiens 2-on-1. Shot! Vasilevsky with the save! Great awareness by Andre Vasilevsky. Now the Bolts the other way. 1-on-2. Point shot, no go! And the Bolts take it at center. And the drop back. Point passes. And the Lightning move it on up. And this is Savard. Throws it behind the net. They'll fight for it in the right corner. Point. Plays it. Now in the right corner, try to pass it out. And Kucherov drops it back. Pullman now to Kucherov. Lost the puck. Drops it back. Long range shot blocked. Puck at center ice. Savard plays it for the Lightning. Looks like they're going to change it up. Savard giving them a minute. Savard passes. Hedman. And Bolts with it now. Here's a 3-on-1. Canadiens able to get back. And now the Canadiens will take it out. As Canadiens force it into the Bolts zone. Bolts move it on out to center. Thrown into the right corner along the boards. Fight for it behind the net. Now into the left corner. Here's Goudreau's shot was turned away by Price. Bolts can't keep it in. They got to retreat to center. And Price will play it for the Canadiens. Looking to move it off ice. And they will finally get it out to center. Intercepted. This is Cernak. Or make that Stamkos. Throws it behind the net. Canadiens will try to get it out. Armia gets it out to center. And Cernak will take it out, dump it into the corner for the Bolts. Looks like an icing is called. And the 2-on-1 opportunity was a no-go. Yeah, by Suzuki. Bolts the other way. Was wide. Great job by Brendan Gallagher getting the puck out of the zone and then. Oh, 15. God damn. Go to Kanemi. Face off won by the Canadiens. Move it up ice. They will. The Lightning take control of it. The puck going back into the Lightning zone. Vasilevsky will play it for Savard. Savard, now they fight for it along the right side. Canadiens try to get it out. And they lose it. Bolts take it in their own zone. Looking to move it on up. Drops it back. Point with it now. Driving. Has to go behind the net. And gets tripped up. And it looks like the penalty is going to be called. And Petrie might be the guilty party. So Tampa Bay will get their first chance on the power play. And it was Petrie. So Bolts on the power play for the first time tonight. Face off to the right of Price. And that will be a false start on Tampa Bay. So Cirelli kicked out of the circle in favor of Cernak. I'll make that Stamkos. Montreal won the face-off. Tampa looking to move it up. As Stamkos knocked it into the Montreal zone. Fight for it in the left corner. As Point looking for some help. It's at the Hedman. Back to Point. And cross-ice pass. Try to get the Hedman. He'll keep it in. Hedman for Kucherov. Drops it back. He gives it away. Canadiens able to get it out. Canadiens, one power play goal allowed in last 14 games. So not bad. Gets it out. Cirelli could not control it. Canadiens get it out. As Vasilevsky plays it behind the net. For Sergachev. Drops it back. Now passes. Point driving. Has to pull up back. Sergachev with it now. Lost control of it. And now they fight for it in the left corner. Point lost it. Canadiens able to get it out. And Vasilevsky will play it to the side of the net for Sergachev. Passes. And front. Traffic gets in the way. Canadiens with it now. They dump it into the Bolts zone. Vasilevsky will play it. Bolts try to move it up for one last chance on the power play. As Johnson throws it along the boards in the right corner. And penalty up for Petrie. 12:27 to go in the opening period. Bolts with it behind the net. Going to move it up ice. And they will. Lightning coming down with it. There was Cirelli. Throws it along the boards. And now given away. As Suzuki tries. He's turned away. Bob Chance turned away by Vasilevsky. And another shot. That was by Caulfield. Looks like it was blocked. And the Canadiens retrieve it in their own zone. And give it away. Ruda, now he throws up ice. Goudreau throws it across the boards to Maroon, but he gives it away. Now the Canadiens coming up. Thrown into the left corner. Played by Stahl. And they fight for it in the corner. Bolts coming away with it. And Rudd has to throw it along the boards. Price dangerously played it behind the net. Perry passes. And Canadiens able to get it out the center. Bolts knock it back into the Canadian zone. And Chirot has to play it. Moves it up ice. And banked it off a player or the ref. Didn't see who got it. And now collision right in their end zone by two Canadian players. And we're going to have a stoppage of play as Edmondson and Chirot collide. .10:56 to go in the opening period. No score. Back in Tampa as we near the midway mark of the first period. Nothing to show for it. There was a stoppage of play. It looked like Chirot and Edmondson were able to skate off okay. As Suzuki Caulfield was turned away on that replay. Bolts with it now. Trying to move it out. Fight for it in front of the Canadian bench. Canadiens coming away with it. Drive, shot. Looked like it was blocked. As Sorelli will take it out for the Bolts. He'll throw it up the center. And Canadiens will take it in their own zone. Move it up ice. Dumped into the Bolt zone. Vasilevsky will play it. Came awfully close to leaving this restricted trapezoid. And Price out dangerously, but able to get it out. Or did he? Stamkos! Stamkos! No! He couldn't pull the trigger! As Stamkos had an open net, but he couldn't get a shot away. They'll fight for it along the left side, and now stoppage of play. Stamkos came so close to putting the first tally on the board. And it looks like the Bolts going on the power play as Paul Byron going off to the box. I don't know if Byron had a hand and why Stamkos couldn't get a shot off, and it looks like that's what the penalty is for. Slashing. So in a sense, a good play by the Canadiens, preventing a goal, but it cost them a power play. Bolts win the faceoff. Kucherov with it. Looking, drops it back. Back to Kucherov. Shot saved by Price. And Bolts still with it now. Kucherov looking. Pass. Point shot wide. Stamkos retrieves it for the Bolts. Hedman with it. Long range shot. Looks like it went wide. Kucherov will retrieve it on the left side. Back to Hedman. Back to Kucherov. Kucherov's shot blocked. And the Canadiens able to poke it free. Kucherov retrieves it at center ice. Lost it. Here come the Canadiens. No. Vasilevsky able to get it out just a step before the Canadiens were able to strike. Up ice. Here come the Bolts. Drop back. Maroon lost it. And the Bolts have to retreat. Point plays it for someone. Gets it to Kucherov. Getting it over. Sergachev. Tried to get it back to Kucherov. Looking. Tried to drop it back. He couldn't. And Maroon played along the board for Stamkos. Drops it back. Sergachev to Nick Kucherov. Kucherov shot! Price able to get it in the way. And another stoppage play. Bolts 29 seconds left on the power play. And another shot just going wide. Kucherov right to the mask of Price. And face-off will be to the left of Price. And face-off won by the Canadiens. And they're able to get it out. 21 seconds to go. Bolts with it now. See if they can make one more push on the power play. And a puck going away. Maroon with it. Plays it. And the power play is over. Johnson's shot blocked. And puck back into the Bolt zone. As Byron tried to race for it, he lost the race with the puck. Puck out at center ice. And the Canadiens looking to move it up ice. They lose control of it. Bolts with it now. This is Cernak. Cernak driving. Shot wide. Looked like he tried to backhand it and he couldn't get it. Played by Gallagher. Up to Suzuki. Couldn't get it out of the zone. So the Canadiens will try it again. As Gallagher cross-ice pass. Now dumped into the left corner. Where Big Sorelli will play it for McDonough. McDonough passes up ice. And pass that got away. Or did it? Joseph with it. Dropped it back to Colden. Colden trying to drive. He can't. And a long-range shot blocked. Canadiens get it out. Who's at center ice? Joseph will play it. Or Maroon. He'll throw it up ice. Or maybe that was Maroon who has it. I don't know who threw it up ice. Hedman crunched along the boards. As Colton gives it away, here come the Canadiens the other way. Drops it back for Armia. And it will be covered up by Vasilevsky. 6:20 to go in the opening period. No score. Back in Tampa, still no score. And a face-off to the right of Vasilevsky. Excuse me. Johnson pokes it free. It's Canadiens with it. Shot. Vasilevsky turns it aside and he'll cover it up. Denying Gustafsson. Brendan Gallagher, what a night he's having. At least, oh no, this is back in game 1. Getting into it with Mikhail Sergachev. Ooh! Planted his head right under the ice. That's probably how he ended up getting the bloody scalp. Oh, man. That... Face-off won by Tampa. Throwing up ice. This is Maroon with it. And he'll dump it into the left corner. Maroon with it behind the net. Trying to find some help. The Lightning with it. Savard passes. Another pass. Johnson. Shot wide. Canadiens coming away with it. Looking to move it up ice. They will. Gustafsson has to throw it in. The boards. And it falls into the ice. And the Bolts coming away with it. Johnson passes. Taken past center ice. Now dumped into the Canadian zone. Price will play it. And Chirot with it, coming up ice. Passes. The Gallagher, he lost it. Bolts take it right back. And now thrown into the left corner. Chirot tried to retrieve for the Canadiens. And the Canadiens will take it up past center. Dumped into the left corner for Hedman. And the Bolts will take it up ice. And thrown along the boards by Gord. And Gord drops it back to Rudd. And Gord, oh! But he gets stapled into the boards by Suzuki. I'll scratch that, make that Edmondson, not Suzuki, as Canadiens dump it into the Bolt zone for an icing. Okay. Brendan Gallagher postgame looks like he had to get stitches in his forehead. Something I know a little bit about. It wasn't by playing hockey. Long range shot blocked. And here come the Canadiens. Skate or die for the Habs! Shot turned away by Vasilevsky. Tyler Toffoli had a breakaway. It was turned away. Here comes the Bolts the other way. Kucherov's shot turned away by Price. And now the Canadiens the other way. 2-on-1. Driving. Shot turned away by Vasilevsky. It looked like that was Daniel. Bolts coming back the other way. Point. Looking, drops it back. And shot, and Price turned it away. And the Canadiens able to dump it out. And it looks like this will go for an icing. And it's the 3-on-2 Kucherov shot turned away by Price. Face off to the left of Price. Savard with it now. Odd angle shot turned away. Rebound, nothing going. And it goes out of play. Oh. And this is the Toffoli skater die that Vasilevsky turned away. Both teams with great scoring chances, but nothing to show for it. Late in the first, no score. Both sides with great scoring opportunities. They got turned away. Coaching insights. Nikita Kucherov, players with consecutive 30-point postseasons, joins the great one, Wayne Gretzky, and Mario Lemieux. It's the only players to do that. Gretzky had a 3-year stretch between 83 and 85, and then 87, 88, and then Lemieux 91 and 92. Luke Richardson, the interim head coach, with Dominique Ducharme on the COVID protocol list. Looks like it'll be Deneau and Stamkos in the face-off circle. And the Bolts coming away with it. Run a shot on net, hit traffic. Bolts trying to get it at, or excuse me, the Canadiens trying to get it out. Weber played along the right side. And they're able to get it out the center. As the Bolts throw it back into the Canadian zone. Price plays it for, oh no, will pass it along to Edmondson. And Konkatemi passes it back to Armia. Shot turned away by Vasilevsky. I make that Byron's shot turned away. Bolts take it up ice. Throw it into the right corner. Price will play it behind the net for Edmondson as he passes across ice. The Canadiens trying to get it out at a stoppage of play. And Byron looks like he's going back to the penalty box. As well as Cernak. This could be coincidental penalties. Get some 4-on-4 action. Face off one by Tampa Bay. And oh, now a player is down. That's Dano. A little slow to get up. And now I think he's showing that his lip was cut. Let's see. Oh! Ryan McDonough looked like. Oh! Oh gosh. That. I don't think that was his lip. He might have got his tooth. Let's look at it again. Oh! I think I did see a tooth fly. Maybe two. Or was that just... Oh. Looks like they're trying to fix the nose, and that will send McDonough to the penalty box. 4-on-3 action. And face off won by the Canadiens. As Weber drops back. Looking, passes. Canadiens looking to go around the horn. Weber with it now. Pass. Suzuki from long range went wide. Bolts try to get it out. Suzuki trying to keep it in. Bolts able to get it out. And Price will play it for Weber. On the right side to Toffoli. Off the boards to Suzuki, to Weber. Back to Toffoli. 100 seconds to go in the period. Weber with it now. To Suzuki. Suzuki skating around, looking. Set up, shot, and it looked like it was... it looked like Gustafsson just didn't get enough on it. Toffoli behind the net. Gets it out to Weber. To Gustafsson. Looking, back to Weber. Looking, back to Gustafsson. Gustafsson drove, had to pull back. Send it up in front. Gustafsson could not pull the trigger. Nice setup in front, but they couldn't pull it. Weber for Gustafsson. Shot and turned away by Vasilevsky. And Bolt's able to get it out. About 15 seconds to go in the power play. 45 seconds to go in the period. Canadiens try to take it up for one last push. And Perry plays it over. Shot turned away by Vasilevsky. And other way, and Price knocks it out of play with 26.3 seconds to go. And it looks like McDonough is serving it was a double minor. So Canadiens still on the power play. And Gustafsson just couldn't put it in off the rebound. Face off to the right of Price. And saying by the Canadiens, they're going to try to make one last push. And throwing across ice into the left corner. And the puck will go back into the Canadian zone. 5 seconds left. Weber gets it up there. And Vasilevsky pokes it. And that will do it for the first period. We played 20 in Tampa. No score by either side. I played 20 in Tampa Bay. Nothing going for either side. Let's go down the stats. Montreal outshot Tampa Bay in the first 13-6. Both sides 6 penalty minutes. Both sides 0 for 2 on their power plays. Montreal 53% face-off winning percentage. Montreal 8 block shots. Tampa Bay just 1. Tampa Bay with 5 takeaways. Montreal just 1. Montreal with 1 giveaway. Tampa Bay 3. Montreal 14 hits. And Tampa Bay 11 hits. So it was McDonough with a double minor. So that's what it was. Take a second to go out to the diamond and see what's going on there. We're now in action, middle of the fourth. Oh, gotta refresh. It was like it was middle of the fourth in Cleveland when I started this. So, end of 6 in Cleveland. It's Tigers 7, Tribe 4. That's game 1 of the doubleheader. Top of the 5 in Philadelphia. It's Phillies 5, Marlins 2. We're tied at 4 in Buffalo in the top of the 5th. Top of the 5th in Fenway. Red Sox 3, Royals 1. Top of the fourth in Cincinnati, it's Reds 5, Padres 3. Bottom of the fourth in Atlanta, it's Braves 10, Mets 2. Top of the third in Houston, it's Orioles 4, Astros nothing. Through 1 on the south side, it's Twins 1, White Sox nothing. A delay in the Bronx, bottom of the third, the Yankees up 7-3. The finals to go over was the Cardinals 7, Diamondbacks 4. Brewers defeat the Cubs 15-7. Rockies defeat the Pirates 6-2, and the Nationals defeated the Rays 15-6. Trey Turner joined a 3-cycle club. About to get underway in the second period. No score. Montreal still on the power play. I thought they were getting ready to get back to action. Looks like they're not. So, perhaps they still have a chance. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Mm. Let's start the second period now in Tampa Bay. During that little timeout, stopped over, paid a visit to Chisholm. Donis was calling Game 6 Clippers Suns on Hot Mic and YouTube. Come over, show some love to him. Much respect to you. Meanwhile, back here, no score for 20 minutes. But Montreal, though, on the power play. Sorry, thanks to that double minor by Ryan McDonough. As we're about ready to drop the puck for the start of the second. Montreal with it now. And Perry will take it up for the Canadiens. Lost control of it. Looking to drive now behind the net. Tries to set on front. And the Bolts able to keep it out. And get it out to center ice. Dumped into the Hab zone. Price will play it. And Gustafsson takes it up past center. Drops it back. Another drop back as Caulfield drops it for, looked like it was Kulak. Now Perry takes it at center ice. Try to get it over to Toffoli. Lost control of it. They're fighting for it along the left side. Throwing it along the boards. And now dropping it back. Here comes Suzuki. A shot looked like it hit the side. Canadiens still with it now. Caulfield drops it back. And a long-range shot looked like it was blocked. And puck gets out to center. 12 seconds to go on the power play. Price will play it for Caulfield. It looks like the Bolts are going to kill the power play. And meanwhile, the Canadiens drive it in, but it's stopped by Vasilevsky. Tried to set up for Perry out in front. He couldn't pull the trigger. It looked like Suzuki with a follow-up, and Vasilevsky kept it out. And face-off taken by the Bolts. Brutta with it. Trying to get it out. A yard sale. Stamkos passes. And taken away by the Canadiens. Behind the net. And move it up ice. And they will. Thrown up to center. Bolts take it away. And here's a 3-on-2. Cirelli lost it. Canadiens coming away with it. And this is Byron. Drops it back. Long-range shot blocked. Bolts take it from behind the net. At the center. Drop back. And to get it out now, it goes into the right corner. Vasilevsky will play it for Hedman. Trying to move it out, and the puck goes out of play. Pierre McGuire. If there's one thing I will praise ESPN for, from what I saw, they are not bringing in Pierre McGuire. So maybe the first good thing ESPN has done in, 15 years? maybe I'll be a little more fair. 10 years. God, that's going to be one thing I will not miss when the NHL leaves NBC. And Canadiens able to keep it in the Bolts zone. Bolts looking to move it up ice. And they will. Intercepted by Gallagher. A fight for it along the right side in front of the penalty boxes. Fighting for it. Fighting for it. Fighting for it. Fighting for it. And looks like the Bolts coming away with it. And goes into the corner. Price will play it. But Goudreau will play it for Gord. And they fight for it in the left corner. Canadiens try to take it out. They will. Gallagher. And he'll throw it into his own bench. Brendan Gallagher looking like Noel Gallagher there. We've got a face off at center ice. Won by the Lightning. Thrown into the left corner. Canadiens try to take it out. Perry with it. Passes. Pass up ice. Going into the Bolts zone. Fight for it in the right corner. And Perry with it in the right corner. Throws it along the boards. They're going to fight for it along the left side. Canadiens with it now. Byron behind the net. Can't set him up. Bolts coming out. Looks like Cirelli with it. Make that point. Drops it back to McDonough, but he gives it away. As Petrie will play it behind the net. Canadiens looking to move it up ice. They will. Into the Bolts zone. Drop back for Perry. Perry's shot was blocked. Suzuki trying to move it out. And he'll throw it back. Canadiens with it in their own zone. Trying to move it up ice. Out to center. Bolts coming away with it. Cirelli. Sergachev. And he'll throw it along the boards. Canadiens try to get out. Gord's shot wide. And the Canadiens coming out the other way. Perry drops it in there. Caulfield tries to cross, but was blocked. And here come the Bolts the other way. This is Goudreau. To Coleman. Coleman looking for some help. Trying to pass it. He banks it off a player. Drop back. And Cernek's shot right into the glove of Carey Price. Face off to the left of Price. And face off taken by Montreal, and they'll get it out. Bolts retreat. Get out the center. A little bit of back and forth. Canadiens with it in the Bolts zone. And that was Anderson, Josh Anderson, trying to race into the left corner, but they'll fight for it. And the Canadiens able to retrieve it at center. Vasilevsky plays it behind the net. They'll throw it up ice. And a stoppage of play. Now, wonder if Canadian player made contact with it. And face-off taken by the Lightning. Along the right side. And puck on net, but Vasilevsky able to swat it out of the way. Canadiens still with it now. Petrie's shot turned away by Vasilevsky. Fight for it along the left side. Fighting for it. Bolt's able to get it out. Cirelli gets it over. Stamkos was just a stride behind, trying to drive for the net. Canadiens looking to take it out. Perry throws out the center. Taken away by the Bolts. Drop back. Try the center and passing. Johnson had no go. And Rutta to Johnson. Drops it back. Long range shot. Score! Cirelli draws first blood for the Bolts. Let's take another look. Watch Cirelli. Johnson dropped it back to him. And then the long range shot went off the right leg, maybe the right knee of Carey Price. And if I could quote Happy Gilmore, the price is wrong. I'm not going to say that last word. I'm on the air. But if you've seen the movie, you know. Bolts with it now. This is Coleman. And at center ice, Weber throws it in. And we got a stoppage of play. Or maybe I can go with the TV edited version. The price is wrong, Bobby. Or in this case, Carey. Forget it. Step aside. Bolts 1. Habs nothing. $12:57 to go in the second period. Bolts drawing first blood on the Anthony Cirelli goal. Rutta and Johnson on the assist. Although they're saying it's unassisted. 5 points in the last 5 games for them. And face off at neutral ice. And looks like Deneau gets booted out of the face-off circle in favor of Gallagher. And face-off won by Montreal. And into the Bolt zone. Shot on net. Vasilevsky quickly able to cover it up. So Montreal, though, out shooting Good. Tampa Bay 17-8. And now Suzuki getting thrown out of face-off circle or to Foley. It looks like another false start. And he'll go against Braden Point in the face-off circle. And face-off won by Tampa Bay. Here's Palat. Off the boards, now into the right corner. Canadiens coming away with it. Thrown out the center. Bolts retrieving in their own zone. This is Cernak. Passes for Palat. And now thrown out the center. Canadiens with it now. Caulfield shot wide. Weber retrieves it. Or make that Chirot. Long-range shot turned away by Vasilevsky. And Bolts trying to move it up ice. McDonough throws it along the boards. Canadiens playing on the left side. Long-range shot blocked, and now here come the Canadiens the other way. Driving. And that was Byron passing. And angle shot that does not go. Bolts with it now. Cirelli fight for it in the left corner. And the Canadiens try to come away with it. And move it up. And they will. And shot blocked. And Gallagher with it behind the net. Canadiens with it, looking to go around the horn. And Petrie's shot was blocked, long range. No go, Petrie. And another pass. Back and forth. Try to set him up in front. As Armia's goal shot was blocked. Petrie from a strange angle, no go. And puck stopped by Vasilevsky on Stahl with 10:45 to play in the second. Looks like Cirelli from Johnson and Rutta. I knew it wasn't unassisted. Face off to the right of Vasilevsky. And won by the Canadiens. Weber shot and Vasilevsky covers it up. Look outside the Emily Arena. Fans all around. Canadiens with it. Getting out to center ice. Throwing along the boards. Now they'll fight for it behind the net. Bolts coming away with it. Going to move it up ice. They will. Maroon for Savard, and now they whistle it. 10:20 to go. Like Tyler Johnson still in a little bit of pain after blocking the shot. Johnson nearly 8 minutes of ice time tonight. And face off the neutral zone taken by the Lightning. Thrown along the boards. Yeah. Canadiens trying to move it up ice. And opportunity for Gallagher was not there, and Gallagher just flew right into the left corner. Now we got some Mortal Kombat. I'll scratch it. It's not Gallagher. That's Lehkonen or Turi Lehkonen. Like he just right into the boards. Let's see what happened. I was knocked down by Sergachev. And his back hit the boards pretty hard. We'll take a timeout. Midway through the second. Colts 1, Habs nothing. Back in Tampa, it looks like Montreal's going on the power play. Sergachev sent Lehkonen into the boards. They are going to call it interference. Montreal, another chance to try to tie it up as Lehkonen goes into the locker room. And the face-off to the left of Vasilevsky. Won by the Canadiens. Shot! And goes wide. And the Bolts able to get it out. Price will play it. It's for Gustafsson. Going to move it up ice. He will. But now he drops it back. And this is Danault. Back to Perry, back to Danault. Or was that Suzuki? Oh, no, it's Suzuki. I'm sorry. Stoppage of play. First postseason goal for Eric Cernak back in Game 1. So back on Monday night. Days off to the left of Vasilevsky. Now it'll be Toffoli take the face off against Sorelli and another false start. And taken by the Canadiens. Suzuki shot score! Perryman tipped it in, but we're tied at 1. Well, they kept knocking and knocking and knocking, and eventually they were able to break the door down. And, ooh, I don't know if Perry got it or not. Let's see. Nope, I think that's going to go to Suzuki. Eight-ball corner pocket. And along the left side, now the Canadiens looking to take it out. That was Byron lost it. Here come the Bolts the other way. And now the Canadiens able to take it right back. And Dano, cross-ice pass. And a shot goes wide. The boards, Petrie will keep it in there for the Habs. Now Hedman trying to get it out for the Bolts. And he will. Here come the Bolts the other way. Scored. Couldn't get a hold of it. Now going along the boards. As Armia fighting for it along the left side. Cross-ice pass. Nothing going. And a shot, and Vasilevsky turns it away. Cernak trying to get it out for the Bolts. Coleman gets it out. Canadiens take it right back. It's Anderson. Drops it back. Another drop back. Chiarot shot, and looked like Vasilevsky got a piece of it. Bolts try to get it out. Unable to. And cross-ice pass. And Gord takes it away. Trying to move it up. And he falls! And throws it back to Vasilevsky. And Canadiens now with it. And a long-range shot, and Vasilevsky keeps it out. As Toffoli's centering pass unable to go. Gord will clear it out for the Bolts. And it looks like there was icing. So Chiarot with the long-range shot. And Vasilevsky got a piece of it. Keep it out. But that was... Oh, Coleman deflected it. It almost ended up being a deflection against him. Face off to the left of Vasilevsky. And face off won by the Lightning. Gets it out to Palat. Palat will throw it into the left corner. Canadiens will come away with it. And out the center. Bolts take it right back. This is Hedman. Passes. And now the Canadiens with it. Now 2-on-1. And shot. And Vasilevsky turns him aside. Stop and stall. And Kucherov pushing Perry. It looked like Perry took exception to Kucherov knocking the stick out of his hands. And Dano will take the face-off for the Canadiens. Fight for it along the right side. And Canadiens able to keep it in. Throwing it along the boards. Now Dano will take it at center for the Canadiens. Passed and a shot, and it turned away by Vasilevsky. Puck still up for grabs. Squirts wide. And this is Deneau. Throws it across ice. Driving in is Armia. Has to go behind the net. Puck up for grabs. Throwing it along the boards. And out the center. Canadiens with it. Petrie plays it for Caulfield. Now the puck goes back to Petrie. He'll pass it. Drops it back. This is Caulfield. And he gives it away. Bolt's coming back the other way. Now giving it right back to the Canadiens. Here's Caulfield. Shot! No go. And now the Bolts try to come back the other way. Kucherov passes. McDonough had a tough time getting a hold of it. Back to Kucherov. Shot wide. And pokes back out the center. Hedman will play it for the Bolts. Coming up on 5.5 to play in the second. It's thrown into the left corner. Price plays it for Weber. Gets it over to Chirot. Gets it over. And they're going to call a stoppage of play as Joseph looked like he was hurt. I don't know why they stopped. 5:20 to play. In the second period, we tied at 1. Back in Tampa, we're tied at 1. The Canadiens having a chance. This one by Armia. And then Gallagher. Able to do anything. It looked like McDonough got Joseph right in the face with the puck. That's what caused the stoppage of play. And the Bolts coming away with it. Point passes. And throws it across to Kucherov. And Canadiens take it away. Now they move it up center ice. Throwing it into the right corner. Fight for it. Kucherov looks like he's going to try it. No, he couldn't take it. Still fight for it along the right side. Bolt's coming away with it. Sergachev throws it along the boards. And Point with it in the left corner. And Canadiens coming away with it. 4:35 to go in the second. And Anderson driving, could not pull the trigger. Fight for it along the right side. Still fighting for it now. Free behind the net. Drops it back. Petrie's shot hit traffic. Now they fight for it in the left corner. And the Canadiens try to move it out. Bolts with it behind their own net. This is Savard. And they stop play for a second. Petrie with a long-range shot. Good deflection by Gallagher, but was not good enough. And then Anderson driving. And Vasilevsky standing tall. And now into the Bolts zone. Bolts moving up. This is Coleman. Passes. The Goudreau drops it back. And Cernak lost the stick. Oh, no, excuse me, that was a Canadian player. Cernak passes. And now the puck going back into the Bolts zone. As McDonough had to be careful. There was a Canadian right behind him. Gord throws it into the Habs zone for an icing. And now a player down for the Bolts. And this is Coleman. And it looks like a penalty is going to be called. And we'll go on Joel Armia. Oh, cross check right to the face. Tampa on the power play. It's a high stick. Oh, it's high stick and not cross check. My mistake. Face off to the right of Price. And the puck squirting free. Here's Hedman with it from long range. Passes. Back to Hedman. Hedman. Pass. And our pass right out in front drops it back. Bolts going around the horn. Point shot and Price covers it up. Bolts trying to go around the horn. It was Hedman, Kucherov, the point, and they could not connect. It's off to the left of Price. Won by the Bolts. And there's a shot saved by Price. Rebound! And it's a no-go. Canadiens able to get it out. Vasilevsky will play it for Hedman. Move it up ice. And he'll drop it back now. Another drop back. Bolts take it across the line. Point gives it away, and the Canadiens able to get it out. And Vasilevsky will play it for Hedman. As we're halfway home on the power play, or coming up on halfway home on the power play. Kucherov drops it back. Another drop back. Cirelli. Another pass. And here's Stamkos. Drop back. And Canadiens able to get it out. 40 seconds to go on the power play. Hedman will try it again. Throws it back into the Canadian zone. Price dangerously played it, and luckily it did not go in. Fight for it along the left side. Canadiens try to get it out. They will. 23 seconds left on the power play. Played by, looks like Sergachev. It is Sergachev looking. Takes it up ice. Bolt's going to make one last push on the power play. And Maroon's shot turned away by Price. Rebound, no go. And the power play's over. And the Canadiens able to get it out. And Vasilevsky out of his net. But Armia was not able to get control of it. Now he does. Fight for it behind the net. Armia with it. Looking for some help. And he lost control of it. Gord Could not get it out. Canadiens keep it in. Drive and drop back. Shot! Blocked. Bolts coming down the other way. This is Maroon. And knocked off the puck by Petrie. Now they fight for it in the left corner. Canadiens able to get it out. And they could not keep it on side. 31.2 seconds to go in the period. As Kucherov nearly kicked it into the net. That could have been a questionable goal if it had gone. And a rebound. Looked like Cernak had an open net, but he was unable to pull the trigger. And it goes into the left corner, played by the Canadiens. 25 seconds to go. Puck goes all the way back to the Bolt zone. Cernak will play it. So he'll try to make one last push, and they give it away. Canadiens with now 10 seconds to go in the period. Trying to move it up. And Bolts. One last chance. Here's Goodrow. Shot! Score! Coleman beats the buzzer! And the Bolts take a 2-1 lead! With 0.3 of a second remaining! Unbelievable! Goodrow, good job. Getting possession of the puck. And Coleman able to knock it in. Oh, that's a good goal. In fact, they need to put 7 more tenths of a second back on because there should be 1 second even. And he beat Philip Dano to knock it in, and that's going to do it for the second period. What a way to end the second. We played 40 minutes in Tampa. It's Tampa Bay 2, Montreal 1. We played 40 minutes in Tampa. Bolts coming up with a 2-1 lead thanks to a buzzer beater by Blake Coleman with officially 1 second to go. And that's what's given the Bolts a 2-1 lead. Let's go through the stats through 2 periods. Montreal, though, out shooting Tampa Bay 29-13. However, they haven't been able to connect with as many. Montreal, though, cashed in on a power play. Goal by Nick Suzuki. It tied it up at 1 at the 10:36 mark of the second. Montreal winning 54% of the faceoffs. Tampa Bay 46%. Montreal 9 block shots. Tampa Bay 6. Tampa Bay with 9 takeaways. Montreal 4. Montreal just 1 giveaway. Tampa Bay 4 giveaways. Tampa Bay out hitting Montreal 28-24. Let's swing it out to the Diamonds here. I think we got a couple finals to report. In game 1 of the doubleheader in Cleveland, it was Tigers 9, Tribe 4. Game 2 right now in warm-ups. Bottom of the 7th in Buffalo, it's Mariners 6, Blue Jays 5. That game can be seen on YouTube. Bottom of the 7th in Atlanta, Braves 14, Mets 2. Or is it Giants Falcons? Okay. Middle of the 5th in Houston, it's Orioles 4, Astros 2. Bottom of the 4th in Chicago in the South Side, it's White Sox 4, Twins 1. Top of the 2nd in Oakland, no score between the Rangers and Athletics. We're in a delay in Philadelphia. Marlins leading 8-5. That game in the bottom of the 5th. Bottom of the 5th in the Bronx in a delay. It's Yankees 7, Angels 4. Bottom of the 6th in Boston, also in a delay. Red Sox leading 5-2. And top 6 in Cincinnati, also in a delay. Padres leading 7-5 on the Reds. So right now, 4 games in rain delays. Mm. See? Yeah. Sorry. Listen to some Tom Petty. Don't do me like that during intermission. So. About to roll for the final 20 minutes here in Tampa tonight. Bolts looking to hold down the fort and take a 2-0 series lead north of the border. Montreal then trying to fight back, trying to even the series up. Of course, a Game 5 next Wednesday. I think I wanted to boo Pierre McGuire, but I ended up doing the fake throw-up. All right. So, yep. Look at the buzzer beater goal by Blake Coleman. And that's the difference maker right now. That's his first goal in 19 games, and what a way to get it. And it will be Gord to take the face-off for the Lightning, and Kanami for the Canadiens. I don't even know if I pronounced that last name right. Bolts play it behind the net. Try to get it out. They will. Here we go. 2-on-1. And Gord could not pull the trigger. They'll fight for it in the right corner. Gord with it. Pass out in front. Coleman shot. Price turns it away. Gord keeps it in there for the Bolts. Gets it to Coleman. They'll throw it along the boards. Gord will play it. And Aaron pass gets away, so it goes back into the Tampa Bay zone. Played by Sergachev. Looking to move it up. And this is Cirelli. Cirelli loses it. And Price plays it for Chirot. Unable to get it out. Looks like Stamkos has it in there. Fight for it along the right side. Stamkos dropped it back. And it skipped on Hedman. Bolts take it control. Here's Johnson's shot. Turned away by Price. Canadiens try to move it up ice. They will. And throw it into the left corner. And they'll still fight for it in the left corner. Fight for it. Fight for it. Dano lost it. Bolts with it now. I'm going to move it up ice. And puck goes in Montreal zone. Lehkonen will drop it back for Edmondson, who will drop it back for Petrie. Petrie looking to move it up ice. Now throws it up there. And now here comes Stahl. Shot! And it looked like it was turned away. Perry keeps it in there for the Habs. Shot goes wide. And Kucherov gets it out. And a race for it. Canadiens able to get it out to center. Edmondson will play it for the Canadiens. Looking to move it up ice. Passes. Pass over. Oh, blocked. Canadiens dump it back into the Bolts zone. Game 3 Friday night on NBC. And Joseph's shot turned away. And the puck goes back into the Bolts zone. Played by Vasilevsky. For Cernak. Say Cernak. Passes. And another pass. Johnson. Did he play it beforehand? Look. Well, it went into Price's glove. And Armia had a golden opportunity to try to tie it back up, but was unable to. And Coleman getting it right into the elbow of Price. And shot no go for Savard. Bolts try to keep it in. Here's Johnson. Stick broken. And now here comes the Canadiens. Driving. Byron throws it into the left corner. Vasilevsky gets it out. And shot hit traffic in front by Chirot. Along the boards. Canadiens keeping it in. Goes along the boards. Now for Josh Anderson to shovel it back. And a pass that gets out the center. Chirot will have to play it. Move it up ice. Now throws it into the Bolt zone. And it looks like it'll be an icing. So Suzuki. And it looked like it was Stamkos and Canadiens coming away with it. Now it's center ice. Bolts knock it back into the Canadian zone. Here's Edmondson with it. Passes. Now trying to move it up. Gallagher will play it in the right corner, and now they're going to have to fight for it. And try to pass it out in front. Daniel, now it's Gallagher with it, looking for some help. Bolts take it away. Here we go. One-on-one. Palat's shot turned away by Price. This time the Price is right. They fight for it along the right side. Canadiens coming away with it. Petrie with it, looking. And now we'll pass it. This is Stahl. And now they fight for it in the left corner. And now the puck goes free along the left side. Shot blocked. Bolts coming back the other way. Skater dive for the Bolts. No! It was poked away. And Coleman's shot gloved by Price. And a great opportunity for the Bolts, but Shea Weber poking it free. And Blake Coleman on the follow-up. Carey Price turns him aside. And Canadiens with it behind the net. Fight for it in front of the Canadian bench. It's thrown into the Bolts zone. Bolts will retreat. And now move it up. And now the puck goes back into the Bolts zone. And fight for it in the left corner. That Bolts coming away with it. Now into the Canadian zone. Canadiens trying to move it out. And a long-range shot goes wide. Now behind the net, Hedman will throw it along the boards. And Canadiens with it now. And a shot blocked. As that was Lehkonen with the shot. And then another chance stopped by Vasilevsky. Tampa Bay 13:51 away from taking a 2-0 series lead. 13:51 to go in the third. Lightning holding a 2-1 advantage. Face off to the left of, or make that the right of Vasilevsky. And face off taken by Montreal. I'll fight for it along the right side. They're fighting for it. Fighting for it. Now the Bolts coming away with it now. McDonough, or make that Gord throwing it in there. Now behind the net, trying to tuck it in. Dang, Price keeps it out. And Gaudreau plays it for Gord. And he lost it. Canadiens trying to move it out. Unable to. Now they are. Cross ice pass. And now, looks like it was thrown at the net. Vasilevsky turned it away. They fight for it in the right corner. They're fighting for it. Fighting for it. Fighting for it. Still fighting for it. Now pokes free. Hedman will play for the Lightning. And trying to get out. Coleman able to get it out of there. Back. No icing. Play goes on. Throwing up ice for Colvin. Here we go. A shot turned away by Vasilevsky on Suzuki. Bolts the other way. Throw it in there. Into the right corner. Canadiens trying to get it out. Toffoli. Toffoli with it. Here come the Canadiens. And no go. And the other way. Oh! Kucherov's doing it. Our chance. No go. Canadiens foil the skate or die by Nikita Kucherov. Long range shot wide. Palat plays it in the left corner for Savard. It's blocked. And now the Canadiens trying to pressure as Caulfield could not get control of it. Thrown back into the Canadian zone for an icing. Great. I think it was Nick Suzuki who broke up the skate or die opportunity. And Suzuki the other way, turned aside by Vasilevsky. Face off to the right of Vasilevsky. And it's won by Tampa Bay. And Bolt's able to get it up ice. Here comes a 2-on-1 opportunity. Palat could not control it. And now the Canadiens will take it the other way. And puck goes wide. Bolts try to take it up ice. And they will. This is point. Throw it in there as Petry will play it for Gustafsson. Back to Petry. To Gustafsson. Takes past center. Going to drive. Dropped it back. And a long-range shot blocked. And now the Bolts take it up ice. This is Joseph. Joseph with the long-range shot. Ends up in the mitt of Carey Price and got some pushing and shoving in the right corner. Face off to the right of Price is Dano. And Gaudreau will take it. And the Canadiens win it. Throwing out the center into the Bolts zone. Bolts trying to move it up ice. They will. Gord in the left corner now. He gives it away. Here's Dano. Passes. Thrown into the left corner by Gallagher. Vasilevsky will play it. And Edmondson will keep it in there for the Canadiens. They go around the horn. Shot! Follow him, no go! Great job by Vasilevsky to keep it out. Puck goes out to center. Now into the Canadian zone. Merrill will play it. And an icing will be called, as we are just a little bit past the midway mark of the third. And taken by the Canadiens. Going to go around the horn now in the left corner. They will keep it in there. Oh, now they got to retreat to center. And now behind the net, Vasilevsky will throw it along the boards. And a long-range shot. Follow-up chance. No go. Vasilevsky keeps it out. Bolts try to take it out. Going along the boards. Into the right corner. They fight for it. Play going on. Left side, Canadiens try to get it out. Sergachev drops it back. Now it goes back to Sergachev back. And up ice. Tried Cirelli. Now fight for it in the right corner. Puck's free. Hedman tried to play for Stamkos. The Canadiens drive it in. Suzuki could not keep control of it. And that will go back into the Canadian zone. Petrie will play it for the Habs. Going up on 8.5. And then Petrie's shot gloved by Vasilevsky. .8:35 to go in the third. Bolts 2, Habs 1. .8:35 to go in the game. Bolts holding on to a 1-goal lead. Josh Anderson tonight, 3 shots ahead in the block. Suzuki set to take the face off for the Canadiens. And it's taken by the Lightning. Point to Goudreau. Takes it across center. Drops back to Point. To Goudreau. And he could not do anything with it. He'll have to throw it in there. It's intercepted by the Canadiens. Coming back the other way. 3-on-2. Could not get a control of it. And it looked like they came in offside anyway. Vasilevsky. What a night he's having. He has faced 36 shots and stopped 35 of them. And Braden Point set to take the face-off for the Lightning. And it's won by the Canadiens. His first loss in the face-off circle tonight. A fight for it along the right side. Edmondson's shot blocked by Kucherov. Thrown along the boards. And the Bolts try to get it out there. Canadiens will throw it right back into the Tampa Bay zone. And stoppage of play with 7:55 to go in the game. Game 3 Friday night. Game 4 Monday night. They're taking 4th of July off. Game 5, if needed, back in Tampa next Wednesday night. Game 6 next Friday night. And season will conclude no later than Sunday, July 11th. Canadiens win the face-off. They'll throw it along the boards. Play by Hedman. Going to move it up ice. They fight for it in the right corner. Fight for it along the right side. Now they are not able to get it out. They'll fight for it in front of the Lightning bench. Canadiens coming away with it. This is Chirot. Shot turned away by Vasilevsky. Stahl trying to tuck it in. He can't. Looking for Chirot. He couldn't get it. Throwing along the boards. Stahl with it in the left corner. Looking to go around the horn. Now with it behind the net. Tried to set him up. Here's Chirot. Could not pull the trigger. And now they fight for it behind the net. And the Bolts able to get it out, but the Canadiens steal it center ice. Chirot will throw it into the left corner. 6:40 to play in the game. Tampa Bay takes it out. Thrown into the right corner by Gord. Along the boards, Gord to Johnson. Tried to throw it along the boards. Petrie was able to take it away. Here comes fight for it along the left side. Behind that, Gord trying to play it. And he gets it in there. This is Cirelli looking for some help. Drops it back to Cernak. Center and pass. It was a no-go for Tyler Johnson. Canadiens coming back the other way. Thrown into the left corner. And Cernak will play for the Bolts. Canadiens take it at center. And now thrown into the right corner by the Bolts. They'll take it out. This is Chirot. Throws it up there. Lightning able to take back control of it, and the puck goes out of play. With 5:28 to go. .528 to go in the third period. It's Lightning 2, Canadiens 1. 5:32 left in the third period. Bolts holding on to a 2-1 lead. Friday night, Game 3 at 8 o'clock. Monday, Game 4 at 8 o'clock. And Wednesday, 8 o'clock. All those games on NBC. For the Bolts, 4+ goals in 7 of 10 playoff games. And face-off taken by the Canadiens. The push shot saved by Vasilevsky. With 5:22 to play. Philip Danault, 13 of 20 on faceoffs tonight. And he'll take this one against Barclay Goodrow. And a faceoff won by the Lightning. Taken across center, thrown into the right corner. Price plays it. The Canadiens trying to get it out. They will, but now they have to retreat. And this is Danault. Danault throws it. And it's blocked. The stick is broken as we come up on the final 5 minutes to play. Thrown into the right corner. Price plays it. A drop back. This is Gustafsson. Passes. And a drop back trying to get to Danault. And now Petrie plays it for Edmondson. Looking to move it up ice. Now he throws it out there. And Bolts take it away. They'll throw it back into the Canadian zone. Played by Edmondson. And shot score! Palat knocked it in! And it's 3-1 Lightning! An ill-advised pass by the Canadiens lead to another Lightning goal. And a little bit of insurance at this point of the game with 4:18 to go. It was flipped in there. Edmondson tried to drop it back. And it was a great heads-up play by Andre Palat to knock it in off of the skate of Carey Price. I don't know if it was so much a bad play by Joel Edmondson, just more so a great heads-up one by Andre Palat. Canadiens with it. They get past center ice, and now they give it away. 4 minutes, now 4 minutes to go in the game. They fight for it in the right corner. Still fighting for it. Puck squirts free. Stamkos will throw it along the boards. They fight for it in the left corner. Now the Canadiens able to get it out. This is Cernak with it. And now thrown along the boards. Canadiens looking to move it up ice. Gustafsson with it. We just passed the 3.5 minute mark. Gustafsson tried to throw it along the boards. They end up having to retreat back into their own zone. And Price will end up gloving it. Yeah. That was just a great heads-up play by Andre Palat to just knock it into the net. Face-off won by the Lightning. Gets it in there to Johnson. On the right side, drops it back for Stamkos. Now fighting for it behind the net. Fighting for it along. Excuse me, along the left side. Up ice. And Anderson shot, and Vasilevsky gloved it and will play on with 2:40 to go. And Cirelli will drop it back. And throw it into the left corner of the Canadian zone. Played by Palat. They fight for it in the left side. Taken by Kucherov. The Stamkos. And shots. Oh! Price able to glove it up. 2:12 left in the third. Suzuki and Goudreau will. And it's won by Goudreau. Coming up on 2 minutes to play behind the net. As Stamkos throws it along the boards. And Gustafsson throws out the center now. One into the right corner. Fight for it along the right side. And they're still fighting for it. And Chira shot, rebound, no go. So Chirot shot blocked by Suzuki. Shot blocked. Or Suzuki shot blocked. There we go. Dropping it back. Chirot. Long range shot. And the follow up, and Vasilevsky able to keep it out. With 78 seconds to play. And the Canadiens will pull Price. And Perry almost knocked it in. So 6 attackers on for the Canadiens. And face off won by the Bolts. Fight for it along the left side. Perry with it now, drops it back. Long range shot goes wide. Weber tries to play it in there. Petrie with it, passes. And a long range shot, no go. Going for the empty net. And no, just wide. And it will be an icing instead. With 46.7 to go. Suzuki tried to set up for Perry in front, and he could not tuck it in. Puck wide by inches. Canadiens take their timeout, 46.7 to go. Face off to the right of Vasilevsky. And the Canadiens with it now. They fight for it along the right corner. 40 seconds to go. Puck. Petrie with it now. Passes. The Caulfield shot turned away by Vasilevsky. Play goes on. Caulfield, the Petrie. And a long-range shot blocked. Bolt's going to try for the empty net. No, it can't. 17 seconds left. Canadiens trying to move it up for one last push. Throwing along the boards. And 5 seconds left. They're going to go for the empty net. And no! It went wide, but the Bolts can still tack it on. And it looks like some post-game Mortal Kombat. Hedman and Perry going at it. Point, Palat, Sergachev, Suzuki, Petrie, and Danault going at it. Looks like Toffoli wants to go at Sergachev. And they're going to have to break this one up. Final tonight. Lightning 3, Canadiens 1. Thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Kyle the Fanatic signing off.